play a game.
Hello. Of course it reset half my sound settings, etc. That's fine. All good. Hello, Bronco, Michael Newberry, Lexic Dark. Michael Newberry, pay attention to your online course. Alrighty, we're going to have a look at Subway Sim 2. I think. Is that what we're looking at? Yeah, I think that's what we're looking at. This thing. I've done some tutorials. That's about it. I think I started a run too. So I've done some crawls and I've printed off a sheet because they're weird and they're a bit hard to remember. So I made a little spreadsheet with all the controls, which I'm going to try and put somewhere. If I have to run away all of a sudden, and I just do, I apologize in advance. I had a interesting case of food poisoning that basically had me emptying from both ends all night on Friday night. And, well, let's just say there's still continuation of that, but only from one end now. But anyway, so if I got to go, I got to go. It's as simple as that. There won't be any commentary and I'll just be gone. Right, okay. Had an interesting conversation with Amy, don't know if they're here or not, about PC stuff. So we might talk about PC stuff at some point in here. But anyway, so this thing, I kind of think it's okay. Very limited exposure to it so far, and I paid for it. Just saying. It does actually have relatively good tutorials. They don't quite cover everything, and I think at the end of the tutorials, I think you can probably muddle your way through the trains okay, but you might want to do the tutorials a few times. Just think it. Yeah, it's a very runny situation, Bronco. It's, we don't need to go into descriptive settings. Yes. And while I generally don't have politics on the stream too, Australia has escaped its Trump moment. Yep. Anyway, choose a city. They've got two. Berlin with 2 lines and Hamburg with 1 line. Now, when I first saw this thing, I thought it was just Hamburg, but then I found out it's actually Berlin and Hamburg, which is cool. Hamburg's got the new ones, the red ones, and Berlin's got the old ones. So we might start with Hamburgler, because, you know, that's what I called the stream. I think I called the stream something about Hamburgler. Yes, let's visit Hamburgler and catch some things that look like trains, but are actually trams. Right. So there's rides, which are basically services. So I'm putting this in TSW kind of things. And there's scenarios, which are basically guided things that do something different. We'll play one of those, but let's play a service first. And then there's the tutorials again. I assume it's just a tutorial for that route. So it's a very similar feeling to, I don't know, most other train games. Should we be surprised at that? Probably not. Alrighty. So the DT 5.1 EMU, so that's got 5 speakers. Yep. And the 2x DT5, so that must have 10 speakers. But anyway, that's fine. Let's grab one of these. And there's timetables and a free roam mode. The free roam mode, I'm not actually sure if you have AI. Anyway, timetable. So today, yes, fine. Weather. Let's go with light clouds for this one. I assume that means light clouds. And Barmbek, Wansbeck, Gartenstadt. It's probably Gartenstadt. Barmbek again. Not even trying. Straffer? Beatrichoff Salenstraffer, I guess? Strasser, that's it. Salenstrasser. Right, anyway, let's go up here. And we should probably do one during the day. Be a good idea. During the day. The game seems to run okay. I have seen some streamers have had terrible problems with this thing, but, well, we'll see what happens with streaming, actually. I haven't tried streaming it at the same time as playing it, but some have had horrible problems with it. All right, now I've got to try and remember how to set this thing up again. There's a key somewhere. There we go. Cab active. and confirm the composition. All you got to do is press the button on the screen. You don't get to do anything else. We're going to enter our service ID. So we're going to zoom in on this thing down here, and you have to actually push the buttons. You can't type them on your number pad or anything. Interestingly, tutorial, it says see the manual for the codes, but it seems to give you the codes anyway, so... And there is no manual, even though lots of things say see the manual. Is it that button? Or that button? Let's try that button. Ah, it is that button. Good. Stop at marked spot. Unlock doors. Aren't we stopped at the marked spot? We are. So we want to unlock the doors. The right-hand doors is on my number pad. And if we go to the outside camera, the people, when they're walking, not too bad. They're a little bit weird. I mean, people in Unreal games, this is Unreal 5, people in Unreal games are always kind of amusing to me. Now, where they get really funny, though, let's go on this camera and go inside here. Because, you know, I don't care if I'm late. Let's just go next to these people. Because what they do is really funny. What's up there? Uh-oh. Switched off. Power fail. Back again. It's basically like they're androids and they keep rebooting. Anyway, let's drive the train. We should do that, shouldn't we? No, zoom out. Zoom out. Now, interestingly, there does look like there's an LZB wire, but I'm guessing it's not an LZB wire because they don't have LZB. So we want to close the doors. That's 5. There is a photo mode that you can use, so it's very similar to TSW's. In fact, I'd say almost the same. We need to do announcements. Did that work? Oh dear, I used Y for something else, didn't I? Yeah, I think I've used the keys for something else. Let me just check in the settings and see what I did. Because I think I changed some keys and I've messed something up. Actually, let's just restore them to defaults. That's a good idea. Get rid of my... Oh. That's not good. I meant restore everything else to defaults. My keys. Only my keys. Stupid game. Okay. Fine. Right. Okay. We're back. I think. Are we back? Yeah, we're back. I only wanted to restore the keys to their default. Did that do that, though? Yeah, I think it did. It looks all right now. Yeah, I think it did. So, restore defaults restores all your defaults. That's a bit crap. We'll better go in here and get rid of this before it starts playing, because I'll end up with a copyright strike. You can't hear the game because it's on the wrong thing now. Right. Can you hear the game now? Yep, good. Okay, good. Note for self. Never press restore defaults. They have an auto detect thing. Uses a lower resolution, it'll be upscaled. Oh, that's boring. Put that up to 100. You don't want to use a low resolution. Everything else looks... It'll do. It'll do. Now, I note I have a pretty high-end PC in last year's terms. It's starting to get to the point that it's not anymore. But that's okay. All right, now. No, it's not playing announcements. Does this one not have announcements, maybe? Maybe that's why it's not playing announcements, because it doesn't have them. Why have I got left-hand doors open? Right. I think this one doesn't play announcements. Let's just drive. And we want to... This is... Oh, yeah, it's this one. Okay. That's easy enough. No speed selector, you just drive it. Is that loud enough?
Nächster Halt, Saarlandstraße, Ausstieg links.
Yes, you Burke, hamburgers and Berliners. Lexic Dark says, which US president said, Ich bin ein Binliner? Don't know, which one was it? So there are some strange texturing things that happen, but not horrible. No, we can do 80 now, but I'm not speeding up to 80, not with the station this close. The signals are very much like German signals, surprise. There is no PZB. Some of the trains have CIFA. Ooh, water. You don't seem to be able to, no, it could be I've just not found it, but you don't seem to be able to individually control these markers and things. Like this where to stop marker. You can reduce the hints. Sound is a bit sad, but you know, that's okay. You can reduce the hints it's giving you. Bad luck, power shirt boy. Let's get out of here. Train Chaser Harry, hello to you too. Bad Guy says, the console ports on this are not great from what I've seen either. I haven't seen anyone streaming that as yet.
Nächster Halt, Borgweg, Ausstieg links.
I know I've not had the really horrible problems that I've seen. So I've seen some people go down into a slideshow, like literally, but I've not experienced that myself. So it seems kind of okay. I do like watching from outside more than I like inside because they've got this weird texture on the glass. Oh yeah, AI trains pop in. So they obviously only exist when you can see them. Which is probably a good thing because I know in, if we take out one of our other train games that we play a lot, TSW, the AI trains exist all the time, and if Unreal thinks you can see it, it'll draw it. And if it thinks you can't see it, it'll draw it anyway. I might be going to run through this station a little. No, maybe it's going to be okay. You're not supposed to break this hard. It gets mad at you. But that's okay. There's our favourite people again. So I would have thought that if you were putting out a game, you would have done something about the people doing that, because the character models are actually really good. And just looking in that particular scene there, there's something I appreciate. The people are different heights. There are also fat people and skinny people. And I think... we've still got a door open up there. That's cool. I think this... Well, I don't know if she's a child, for example, or if she's just a little person, but I get the impression there's kids. So that's a good thing. They just walk through each other, which is a tad weird. But, you know, can't put collision on everything. I think that's part of TSW's issue is why people get stuck is because they have collision on. So in an effort to make them more useful, it actually hurts things. All right, we can close doors. These monitors actually work. And we're supposed to get out of here. Let's go. It says departure max, so I did. Seems fair. Damien says, hello from England. Hope you're well. They could really optimize the Hamburg route. Strasse is pronounced Strasse and basically the German equivalent of street. Now, I have my local German coach, Lexic Dark, who will smack me behind the scenes when I get it wrong. Sometimes publicly, but you know. Oops, too fast. Naughty. no rail driver, and it does support the plugged-in Xbox or PlayStation controllers, but I have to say, not very well. I've gone back to keyboard. I'm not using the controller. Controller's just too weird for me. It's nice having the monitor screens actually work. And it is clearly a camera on the platform that's broadcasting into the train, which is interesting. So I think the left-hand one is probably on the train, but the other one's clearly coming from the platform, which is interesting. I, at this point, am running super late, but that's okay. Well, not super late, just a bit late. But I don't really care. In general, the environment modeling looks okay. Yeah, let's have a look at the water. Let's just stop the train. Water's a bit meh. The water surface looks okay, but the rest of it's a bit meh, really. Does seem to run out of scenery over there too, doesn't it? So the scenery's only close to the train by the looks of things. Although there's more that way, isn't there? But it does clearly run out. So you've got what? There's maybe 50 metres, 100 metres, and then the near scenery runs out, and then you've got the world ending in about 200, 250 metres. And there's some artifacts on the water there, some stuff growing, but it's a pity you can't see that until you zoom in. I'd like to be able to see that all the time. That makes it much nicer. Okay, back to the train. So I've not had to do anything special to make it run okay. It's got a thing that you run, and it sets your default settings. The only thing I turned up was that textures, because that went back to 80, which I don't think is necessary. Oop, I'm being naughty. I don't think you can derail in this. I tried. It didn't. Bronco says, game looks interesting. Wonder how it compares to Tram Simulator. Very similar. It's very, very similar to CTS Tram. It's got the same sort of feel in the way stuff works. And they basically are. They're in our terminology, we wouldn't call these a train. We'd call them light rail. But, you know, that's different all around the world. So, yeah, that'd be me then. Oop, my head disappeared. Wait. Why are my ears hairy? Okay. Weird. I just picked a random character like I always do. And weirdly, do you know, every time I just randomly pick a character, I nearly always end up with a dark-skinned female. Clearly games know that I'm meant to be a dark-skinned female. Whatever. Let's close some doors and to get the flock. So we leave Kellinghausstrasse. Kellinghusenstrasse, maybe. Maybe. I could apologise for my German pronunciations, but I think you already know that they're rubbish. Well, I'm going too fast again. No, it's okay. It's fine. I just accelerated too fast. Simulator Guy is also playing this. Bronco asks, I always wondered why TSW has not done a Berlin route. We haven't, have we? Uh-oh. 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 Am I going to have any doors in the platform? Stuck inside too. Well, that was a bit weird what was happening there, but that's, I went onto an external camera inside the train. Have I got any doors in the platform? I don't think it'll recognise the stop. So what I'm going to have to do now, this is a bit sad. This is really a bit sad. I have to go back to 0, I think. Is it 0? I think it's 0. And cabin active. And then I have to walk down the other end because there is no reverse. The yellow trains in Berlin have reverse, but these don't. And last time I tried this, it didn't work. Active. Now, I'm not going to take it all the way into the platform because that signal will probably be red. Uh-oh. You move backwards without authorization. Ooh. Yep. Right then. That worked well. Can we just start where we were? Try again. It does have announcements, Uberk. The default keyboards for announcements are Y for boarding and X for doors closing. Oh, okay. So we came back into here. We really did start again. We didn't just go back to where we were, which is kind of what I thought we were going to do, but clearly I was wrong. Oi. Oh yeah, that's the other funny thing. When you're playing windowed because you're streaming, and you have to, if the mouse manages to get out of the screen, weird stuff happens. Alright, right-hand doors, 9. Jamie says, what's the default keyboard for announcements? Bad guy says, not sure if you've noticed that sometimes in the rain, while it looks like, I'll let you use your imagination when you see the rain. Oh, no, I've seen the rain. I didn't think it was too bad. I have learnt that if you try and accelerate too early, it won't. So you've got to wait till the doors have been shut long enough. Bad guy says, Dovetail, take a hint from the monitors. I do like the monitors. In one of the earliest streams I saw very, very pre-release, the monitors were one of the things that caused it to PowerPoint instead of game. And they seem to have addressed that by massively de-resing the monitors, which I don't mind. I think that's okay. I assume that's a yard over there. I don't know if you can get there or not. Lots of things I don't know about the game because I haven't really had time to play it. I had grand plans of doing some play yesterday, but this PC is just way too far from a toilet. So I did not. Plus it would anger the other half if I wasn't doing what she wanted me to do and I was playing games. Damien says, do you know you can make the monitor 60 FPS without losing much FPS in game? Just improve the looks of it all. Bad guys, slutties do it, monitors do E5 is more optimized for that kind of stuff. It's good to know. I'm not fussed about bringing the monitors up, to be honest. I like that they're there. I think it adds a good amount of realism. But it doesn't worry me if they're low res.
Nächster Halt, Borgweg, Ausstieg.
Oh yeah, loses sound if you click off the screen like I just did. That I could do without. So did it call it Ostig and it's pronounced Borweg? Or it's spelt Borgweg? We are the Borg. We're coming for your women. Damien says in TSW is in UE4, which makes it more difficult. It is in UE4, yes. I think I'm slowing down way too early this time. I am overreacting. Bad Guys Unreal 5 is definitely more powerful. I don't know about more powerful, it's just better. It just does lots of stuff better. Things like ray tracing. I don't know if the game's using it, but, you know, could be. It'll do. There you go. Better than last time. Look, I'm back on time. Wow. Am I? It couldn't be. Anyway, it's fine. Oof we go. Damien says, oh dear, when you're travelling at 70 to 80, you really need to focus on the train and brake before the station. Yes, no kidding. Don't try and read chat or look out the window. It's a bad idea. And you wouldn't reverse in real life, yes. Well, actually, on our railway you would. On our railway, if you miss the platform, you're going to have a tea and biscuits because you've just gone through a stop board. But you would actually reverse back into the platform. After conferring with the signal person. You wouldn't just do it. It'll do. Two, 6. Like TSW, it really needs some people out in the streets to give it some life. Never really see many games actually do that well, you know. It's got traffic lights that work. And grass growing in the streets. How weird. I assume that's a toilet. How do you get in there? Maybe it's not. Ah, no, it's probably a recycling box, isn't it? These are scaled wrong, I think. Because, you know, that's taller than a car. Surely a recycling bin shouldn't be that big. The street looks okay. I like the traffic lights. I like that the cars are stopping for the traffic lights. That's cool. Some nice work happening on the balconies and things up there. It's very, very straight-edged rather than fluffy like things are. The limp biscuit. Okay. Good. The limp biscuit. I think one of the things you probably shouldn't do in life is let software developers name things. Lexic Dark says, I think your German is pretty good. Anyone that gives any other language a go deserves praise.
Nächster Halt, Kellinghusenstraße. Übergang zur U1. Ausstieg links.
I don't know how realistic this is to the city itself. But the modelling is kind of nice. There's trees growing out of a building there, but, you know. Why would we let that worry us? I think I'm meant to be doing 50. There you go. See what I mean? You clearly can't derail. Is this that same station I messed up last time? It is. It's okay. We're not going to mess it up as badly. Yes, definitely. No one wants to play Soggy Biscuit. Good old naval game. Playing with seamen. Yep, you can just walk through the wall. That's fine, mate. Bad guy says it's milky white. That's kind of what I was getting. I'm not sure if they fixed it yet, but milky white colour. Yeah, it's a strange coloration on the window. Very weird. And yes, I know about the rains. It does look like kind of like milk falling out of the sky rather than water. But apart from that, it falls relatively naturally, at least. Looks like we have a 40 zone coming up. Or maybe, yeah, it is.
Eppendorfer Baum. Ausstieg links.
That guy says not a huge fan of the reflections in the driver window. I don't mind the reflections, but I don't like the milky texture on the glass. Because reflections are real. I mean, they happen in real life. It's certainly a wet city, isn't it? There's water going everywhere. It's also quite a pretty city, I suppose. I am guessing... I'm guessing that these humpy things here are for disability access, so they seem to match the height of the doors. Which I suppose is a smart solution for disability access, except why don't you just make the whole platform the right height? Weird. Unless that was a later fix, perhaps, to make that work. One thing that you do notice is the men are clearly Ken dolls. Front like a Volkswagen. Damien says, oh, I like that badge, Limp Biscuit. Yes. Your ad here. Does that mean there's ads coming? Maybe?
Hohe Luftbrücke. Ausstieg links.
Thought it was funny when TSW said they were going to put in ads and people were railing at it. I've never actually seen one. Not once. Lexic says that gets you banned, not in a band. Probably. Damien says Hamburg, I believe, is close to the sea. That's maybe why. I'm just assuming it's a moist city. Because Melbourne's close to the sea, but we're not full of water. It's not moist. Graffiti's nice. It's in semi-realistic places most of the time. Places that you'd actually be able to reach most of the time. There are a few spots where I've seen it where it's you'd need a cherry picker to get to where it is. But that said, anybody from Melbourne will know about Pam the Bird, and that guy manages to paint Pam the Bird in places that you would not expect. And he just dangles on a rope. Ubex says Berlin has got lots of trees. That is certainly in the game. Well, this one's Hamburg, so it's not that many, I guess. Simulator Guy is currently driving the U1 in Berlin. Fair enough. Oh, I didn't wait long enough, did I? Or didn't I close the doors? There we go. If you don't wait long enough, there's not really much feedback that you didn't. It just doesn't work. Bad guy says the slope in the station could be for rain runoff as well. Maybe they weren't running towards a particular area instead of down into the tracks.
Ausstieg links.
Don't know. The HUD seems to have borrowed substantially from the old TSW HUD. The track monitoring thing, I think TSW might have borrowed that from this, or from the earlier version of it anyway, because it's pretty similar to what they did. But, you know, games companies borrow stuff from each other all the time. It's perfectly okay. It's just normal. Until a patent troll gets involved, then people get upset. I'm not a fan of straight hedges like these ones. Nothing in nature looks like that. Well, I know the hedge can be curated to make it nice and straight, but the reality is on the back edge like that, there wouldn't be any way up there. It would be quite rough. Finally down in the subway part. Bad guy says, didn't Matt say they cancelled that because it wasn't working properly, or the ads are appropriate and area appropriate? I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I ever saw one. But, you know, maybe because I'm outside the UK. Ooh, dark.
Nächster Halt, Sternschanze. Übergang zur S21 und S31 sowie zum Messegelände. Next stop, Sternschanze. Please exit here for Exhibition Hall. Ausstieg links.
Doors in the platform. Everyone's happy. What happens when I run into the wall with the camera? Oh, it just goes near the train. In fact, it goes in the train. Okay, that's disturbing. Disturbing and weird.
Feldstraße. Ausstieg links.
Bad guy says it's normal until you get one of those companies who are just straight ripping someone. That's one of those games out there right now. There are strange things that games orgs do to each other. See, in gaming, there really isn't much that's genuinely innovative. Every now and again, someone will come up with something cool and everybody else copies it. But the reality is that most things have been done in one way or another, and most things use store-bought assets. They don't generally model everything new. Things like this, you have to. I have to say the light baking's not bad in here. And the eye adaptation in TSW in UE5 is better than 4, clearly. But there are games companies that go, ooh, no, that mechanic's been ours forever. But there's 500 games that use it. And 500 games that probably came out before theirs did. Those are the trolls. Close doors. Why aren't you closing? There you go. Hubert says, Gosho and Blade are in Hamburg, not Berlin. Yes, we are in Hamburg. We're visiting the Hamburgler. We're looking for the Grimace as well.
St. Pauli.
but not Ronald, because his name's Donald. McDougal Jr. says, hey dude, haven't been on YouTube in ages as I've gotten a full-time job. Oh, congratulations. Don't let your job become all-consuming, though. Break your head. Uh-oh. Gets overconfident. Good thing the signal was green. Just when I thought I had it picked as to when. Okay. That happened. Magic people who could walk through walls. I like them. Wish I could do it. That'd be so good. Shortcut. Maybe it's platform 9 3/4. Who knows? Don't know.
Nächster Halt, Landungsbrücken. Übergang zur S1, S3 und zu den Hafenfähren. Next stop, Landungsbrücken. Please exit here for harbor boat trips. Ausstieg rechts.
She must be Canadian. Harbor boat trips. Or as a friend of mine calls it, Cananadada. I think I see boats over there. We're going to have to go look. Lots of boats. Nice. It's interesting that you have to use an external camera before you can go into the 6 camera. So even though they're probably store-bought assets, that's a weird building, but I guess that could be real. Some architectural thing representing waves or sails or something. But that kind of gives the feeling of a port, so I kind of like that. That'd be a whopper, right? Some graffiti. Does the graffiti say things like it does in some of the games? Often it's developers' names. Not super obvious, but maybe. I mean, that one's obvious. It's dirt. I think that one says grime, weirdly. And C-O-R, maybe? Not quite sure what that one is. You can even hear the water. Seagulls, I think. Kind of cool. Let's go. Lexic says, I knew what a hamburger is, but just found out a Berliner is jam, etc. stuffed iced donut, but they all eat souvlaki. Everyone eats souvlaki. There's a bit of a hitch then.
Ausstieg rechts.
Matthew Dunkley, hello. Not at our railway this weekend. Thought I'd stop by and say hi. I'm not at our railway this weekend either, which turned out to be a remarkably good thing given what happened yesterday. Because, yeah, I wouldn't have been able to go that far from a toilet. It would have got very messy. Probably would have made the driver mad. They kind of like a clean floor. I'm there next weekend. I have 2 trips next weekend on Friday and Sunday. Oh yeah, that reminds me, there won't be a stream next Sunday because I have a shift at Puff. I have boosted my shifts for May and June because I'm trying to get up to the 50 minimum required to go into the expression of interest for drivers, which is going to be released very soon, I'm told. And I'm so close, I put in a lot of shifts to get it because I don't want to miss out. And the other reason is I'm going to be away for some of July and some of August. So I'm just getting some shifts in advance. Just maintaining my average, which is not something I have to do, it's just something I like to do. This is Bumwall, isn't it? Welcome to Bumwall Station, everybody. Hello, Rail of Illinois. How are you? Simulator Guy finished the trip on the U1. Well done. Uberk says this is an introductory offer on Subway Sim 2. 15% off. Ends May 6th. It is, and if you've got the other Subway Sim, it's half price. There's an upgrade from the other one to this one. Or maybe it's not an upgrade, maybe it's a loyalty thing, because you get to keep the other one in your thing. So I think maybe it's a loyalty discount. I shouldn't call it an upgrade. I should not misrepresent it, even though I've got nothing to do with them. This being an Aerosloth game. I did see before this even came out, lots of people were hanging it on it just because it's Aerosoft, and I'm sort of thinking, I don't get it. Did they do something bad at some point that I don't know about? Bad Guy says we do have a steam train that's at high temperature. As long as you unload it, and there's no one would probably really notice. Matthew says, I'll see you Sunday, BGSM. Awesome. Closed doors? Closed doors. Off to Rat House. Lexic Duck says, first officer is going for captain. Nice work on your 50 hours. It's not 50 hours, mate. It's thousands of hours. It's 50 shifts. 50 12-hour shifts.
Nächster Halt, Rathaus. Übergang zur U1, U2, U4, S1, S3
Oops.
und
Naughty,
zur
naughty,
Alster
naughty.
Touristik. Next stop, Rathaus. Please exit here for Town Hall and Alster boat trips. Ausstieg rechts.
It really is Rat House. Makes me happy somehow. Damien says this route has been upgraded though, therefore it is technically an upgrade. Fair. I like what they've done here. This has a very... If you took the New York subway and gave it a wash, it would look like this. So you could take this game, and I reckon you could transplant it into New York quite happily. Bad Guy says Aerosoft the last few years has released some really, really bad ports of certain games. They've been pretty nasty, especially for console players. They have not been nice to us. I guess that's why I haven't experienced that much of it, because generally I do play on PC most of the time when I have the Xbox thing sitting over there. No. Now I can go. But don't roll backwards. Be nice. That girl's wearing bikie chaps.
Nächster Halt, Mönckebergstraße. Ausstieg rechts.
Yeah, that always makes sense. Mugburgstrasse. Rail says I'm headed back home via Metra after spending an awesome day out at the Illinois Railway Museum. Oh, that's good. Glad you had fun. You have found your happy place. Stop! I got so relaxed driving through slowly, I thought it'll just stop really well, but no. Not as well as you might have thought. Hello, Lord Vectron 4. I don't know if Lord Vectron 4 commented on it because I forgot to go have a look, but I did put up a link to a short that Lord Vectron 4 would very much like on my Discord. It was a happy Vectron. It's like a smiling Vectron.
Nächster Halt, Hauptbahnhof Süd. Übergang zur U1, U2, U4 zu allen S-Bahn-Linien und zum Regional- und Fernverkehr. Next stop, Hauptbahnhof Süd. Please exit here for Central Station. Ausstieg links.
So the thing I've been pronouncing Sud all this time is actually Zoot. Okay. Yobas. Nice looking PIS. Very colourful. Let's go have a look at it. I've done that alright. I assume it's realistic, but it looks good. Not much modelled up there. Buttons. The other platform. Shop's closed, I think. Don't know why it's super bright in there, but weird. Ah, it's a beer house. It's got kegs. Oh, just muted that in time. No one needed to hear that. Close doors. Hello, Psych Records. Uberk says, so it's Aerosoft. Haven't had the best experience with them in the past. Well, it's been some years before I bought anything from them. Yeah, it is an Aerosoft game. I guess I'm just... Oh, okay. I thought I could see something sitting on the tracks, but it's actually a mark on my screen. Better clean that. And not concentrate on the mark on my screen. I'm always very nervous cleaning this monitor because it's this curve beast and it's very soft. So you got to be careful. And you can only use water. You can't use anything else on it. Not sure I like that flickering very much. I think that might cause some people some issues, even though it's a little bit realistic, I guess. So it's probably not that realistic, because look where the light's coming in. It's strange. Bad Guy says, does anybody know if this game is actually going to be getting any other DLCs, or is it just going to be these two routes? I haven't heard anything, but the way it's set up, it looks kind of like it could have more, just the way it's built. So whether that'll happen or not, I couldn't tell you. But it just feels like that. The way the menus are structured and things like that.
Nächster Halt, Lübecker Straße. Übergang zur U1. Ausstieg rechts.
It's a nice appearance into the outside world. And I assume that's heavy rail track down there. Syke says, I love the graphics. I can play on high quality on the Series X. That's good. It's a good sign then. And Syke says, a mark or a passion splash? No. Bronco would love to see a DC Metro route. I know it's mostly underground, but still. Look, they can still be fun if they're lit well enough. This one's quite well lit, so I don't mind it. I think if you look at Bakerloo, that was quite terrible. Because it's not lit well enough. But this one has some lighting to it, so I think it's probably okay. Bad Guy says that might be good competition is always a good thing. Indeed. The more train games we get in the market, the more everybody has to step their game up to keep up with each other. One of the interesting things with this one is if you have a look out in front of the train when we get into a sunny spot, it does have shadow creep like TSW does, but the shadows are so dumbed down so you can only just see it. It's here. Because they're very soft shadows. So even though it's the exact same issue... Was this our starting station? Uhlenstrasse. Even though it's the exact same issue, it doesn't look as bad because it's soft. Whereas in TSW, it's quite a hard shadow. The two things I can say about the people is the boys are missing something downstairs, and the girls all have bad bums.
Nächster Halt, Munzburg. Ausstieg rechts.
Gratuitous bridge shot. Had to be done. You can tell I'm getting more confident in the game when I start doing shots. I'm only 2 minutes late. That's not too bad for me. We got here. See, very square. Ooh, complex intersection. Crunch. Crash. Okay, I don't know what rules they're following. Turning right from the left-hand lane's an interesting thing. Wow, they just kind of go wherever they want, don't they? Interesting. There's a truck. Ah, it's time to go. Hamburger Strasse. That's where McDonald's started. Syke says, indeed, bad guy, lots of the things us DTG players have asked for. Bronco says there are cool metro spots that could give a cool visual of the city. Oh, I'm sure there are. Bronco says coming in from Arlington and Silver Spring. It's one of the reasons why I'd like to have New York in the game. Because things like the 7 line, F line, the ones that spend a lot of time above ground, would be cool. The ones that go, or any of the ones that go over the bridges would be fun. It's a good thing it's not a long train. Welcome to Hamburger Street. I think it'll hold the brakes anyway. Yeah, it does. Bad guy says, no, Paul, are you sure they're all recognizing his people? Because you know nowadays people don't necessarily have to recognize his people. True, you can just declare that you are a monkey, and you are a monkey. Ooh, what was that? I wonder if that's the developers, or is that some famous graffiti? Psych Records, it's really good considering you have chat. Slotty says, I think they will add the Berlin U2 and U4 DLC routes. I think there's a quick throttle to center thing. S. Is that it? Yep, there is. Ooh, a whole kilometre for this one. Full power. Psych says you can do in the AL193 with the penalties for excessive throttle and excessive braking.
Nächster Halt, Barmbek. Dieser Zug fährt nach Wandsbek-Gartenstadt. Anschluss zur U3 in Richtung Kellinghusenstraße am selben Bahnsteig. Ausstieg links.
Next stop, Bumbig. You automatically get a larger bum. What if you really can open the door? Can you? Surely not. No, that's not going to prompt it this time. Okay. Minor overspeed. But I got experience points for it. That's weird. So I am getting penalized when I go too fast. Oh, I get it. The triangle is the warning of the speed and the A is where it applies from. Proper grindy curve noises for a inter-urban line. The times when it's got track noises and the times when it doesn't have track noises, I think there's too much contrast in it. I think the track noises either need to be more present all the time, or they need to be not as loud when they're playing. Sykes says, but you can do it now. I already talked about that. Uberk says the intersection road traffic reminds me of YouTube videos of Russian nightmare junctions in winter. Those videos are fun, aren't they?
Nächster Halt, Habichtstraße. Ausstieg links.
Up and over. Is that the yard we saw before, just down there on the left? Have we done a circle? Sykes says that's a neat Easter egg. I assume you mean the pictures. Bronco would like New York. Syke says it's the home of Queen Latifah. Could be. Syke says Amazon has gents briefs with paddings to have a bigger bum. I was going to say you don't need padding in the front, mate. Just whack in a sock. I think that's the first time I've seen windows below ground level. So mostly they've taken care of that pretty well. Busy looking at windows. Pay attention. It's going to stop anyway. It'll be fine. All good, as they say. Or a banana in your trouser pockets, says Syke. Seems this bloke has all the cool shirts. This guy's a bit 80s with his flowers. Little bit 80s. You gonna get in, mate? Mr. Strobing Hair misses out. Sorry, Mr. Strobing Hair. Oh, he's going to follow the train. He's the kind of guy that gets whacked in the head with a mirror.
Nächster Halt, Wandsbek Gartenstadt. Übergang zur
Clearly,
U1.
German people aren't so stupid that they need a yellow line.
Endhaltestelle. Bitte alle aussteigen. This train terminates here. All change, please.
I kind of think it fits in with the German attitude of look after yourself. There aren't 25 people who are running around holding your hands going, no, you're too close to the edge. You're just expected to take care of it yourself. It's a bit like not honking at crossings. It's like, train has right away. Why would it honk? Richie Rowell says, that's a nice shirt. You got one of those, Richie? Syke says, sounds like a Tinder strategy or tragedy. I'd go the tragedy angle. Because, you know, if you're putting pictures of your downstairs on Tinder, what are you doing? Of course, we're never going to see any freight on this thing. Because it doesn't. Uberk says, if it wasn't for that constant milky glare on the windscreen, I would not hesitate to buy. You kind of get used to it, but yeah, I know what you mean. Wansbeck Gartenstadt. Shouldn't accelerate too hard though, because it wants me to do 20. There we go. Come on. I do believe I just got emergency braked. I think I went so far over the limit that it stopped me. Haven't had that happen before. Complex junction with multiple switches. Track was a bit manky back through there. Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it, the way they've drawn the track? It's a bit manky. Am I stopping here, am I? Oh, it's the end of the run. I'm parking. That makes sense. Press the AB button on the Ibis. Deactivate the cab. Oop. So that looks awfully familiar, doesn't it? The way that presents. It wasn't too horrible on the times. Kind of got consistently late and stayed there. Picked up some every now and again. This is probably when I went sightseeing. Definitely sightseeing. Munzburg. Now, why don't we try a scenario? Let's see what it says. So we'll go with the same one, but we'll just try a scenario. So, closing time. Depot. Oh, no, I didn't want to run it. I wanted to find out what it was. You know we're going to quit now. Come on, rage quit. Main menu. Yes. That's not such a good experience. You've just enjoyed the start of your shift. Maybe shunting, wouldn't it? Always those vandals. Unknown persons have sprayed and damaged a train overnight. Take the train to the workshop and get a replacement. Strike. The trade union has called a strike. Almost all metro services are cancelled today. You'll be running a train on the inner ring, but you're on strike. So you're a scab. Line closure. The route between Berlin and Tor is Rathaus. Closed to some maintenance work. City Derby. Driving an additional cities. Imminent danger. A normal evening journey from Barmbek to Wansberg Gartenstadt, but suddenly everything changes. Police intervention. On a warm day in June, you're responsible for driving an extra passenger service on the U3's ring section of a police operation. Causes some chaos. I think we might do the graffiti one. Seems fair. Oh, we're in the dark. Good morning. A colleague had noticed that the TT5 unit parked at the rear has been damaged overnight by some nasty graffiti people. It's now your job to take the damaged unit to the workshop at Barmbek and to replace it with a clean one. Let's go have a look. We're not really walking, it seems, because we're... Oh, no, we are walking. Well, we fell off. That's okay. We only want to go and look at the train. Underground. So someone from London's been here. Hopeless. Do not enter. Ha ha. Oh, they've forgotten it on the glass there. Amazing that... I don't know what that says. Can we get back up on here? Yeah, probably. How do these things get their power? Because I see a shoe down there, but I don't see a third rail. Oh, maybe over there. Does it have power on the other side? Oh, there's a shift modifier. I'm curious. I want to see if there's a third rail on the other side. Oh yeah, there is in the dark. You can just see it. Sit. Sit. Right, good. That's... Oh, I know what's happened. It's that thing I remember I said if the mouse gets outside the screen, it gets sad. Because the mouse isn't where its little dot is. The mouse is wherever the mouse is. Which is really kind of annoying, because the mouse is just the mouse. 8, 3, 4, 6, 3, 8. 8, 7, 8, 0, 2, 2. Isn't this the same one we used last time? Alright then. All doors closed. Away we go with our painted special, except we've got a red signal in front of us. Do we wait or do we contact signaller? I don't know. Ew. Yucky. Richie says the station signage looks awfully familiar. Like having dirty glasses and wanting to clean them all the time as a screen. Yeah, it is a bit. Manky Monkey's mother's milk made daily. That's a bit bad. Does the blind do anything for glare? Maybe. Yes, it takes the glare away completely because you can't see through it. And it's the inner ring. How do we tell this thing we want to go? Hello, signaller. We might just be waiting for a train, I suppose. I am stuck. Alright, now if I go to the external camera over here. Are there any trains anywhere? Can't look it. Anybody coming up this way? Not a sausage. Need to get closer, you reckon? No, we can try. That looks that obvious from there anyway. Free cover. That might let me drive through the red, but that might not be desirable. Hello. Let me through. My Frigabe has run out. What is there about talking to signalers? Anything in my things? What a pissy horn. That was the horn. Can I click on it? No? What does start do? Oh, it takes you back out there again. Really? I can try just driving through it, but I think that will go badly. Oh, hang on, I can hear something. I think. Is that a train there? Yeah, there's a train. Maybe that's what we're waiting for. But it's not even going onto our track. It's going somewhere else. That might be a train coming. It's going to cross our tracks, maybe? It's that train. Hasn't got a driver in it. It's just sitting there. So is that one. And these... That does go to where we're going. So if we're going to go... Where the point sit? Can't tell. Oh, I wonder if we were waiting for that. Because that seems to be on our track, doesn't it? Let's pop back to our train and see if it changes now. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. What have I done? Yes, it's a good question. We're playing the hurry up and wait game. I'm guessing that's a terminus station up ahead of us. See, I'm wondering, we have to stop at the marked spot at 6:39, which is 332 metres away, which would appear to be, just popping outside the train again, it would appear to be that our marked stopping spot is actually here. Oh, there's another train. We can't go through the wall. So it's this track here. Over here, this track. We're waiting to get onto this track. Can you even get to this track from that track? So that takes you outside. So it's definitely that track we want to get onto. And we can't go anywhere because the points aren't set for us. So maybe we are waiting for a train from somewhere. That does take us to where we are. So we can physically get there. But it kind of worries me. See that 345 meters away, we've got a marked spot at 6:39 and it's 5:48. It could be that we're actually going to sit here for an hour and not go anywhere. I don't think we're going to do that, really. Just don't. Main menu. So you think because I was late I got held up? Maybe. Well, let's try it again. Let's try it again. And we'll just set up really quickly and get out of there. Come on. Give me the seat. Give me the seat. Yay. Dot. Confirm. Go away, mouse. 8, 3, 4. It is a defect, I think, that the mouse actually gets disconnected from 8, 0, 2, 2, 4, 6. No, it's the same. Stop at mark spot, 6:39. So I don't think it makes any difference, really. But let's just do the override and run through it, see what it says. So override is pressed. See what happens. Bet you it stops me. Yep. All right. So you meant to just sit there for an hour and do nothing. Good. Great idea. Yeah. Let's play a different scenario then. Okay. Line closure, imminent danger, police intervention. We'll try this one. Looks exciting. Going to drive this to the outside U3. It was a bit weird on the textures on the door there, a little bit. It is a little milky, isn't it? Activate the cabus. Do windscreen wipers. Windscreen wipers. Let's worry about this stuff first. Oh, we ended up with a 6. 7116088 87802246. Enter. Now, wipers. When do we do wipers? That'd be a pretty obvious thing somewhere, don't they? Surely. Don't actually see anything for wipers. I don't see anything that looks remotely like wipers. It's raining milk, says Uberk. Yes. Don't really see anything in the keyboard controls for wipers either. Let's just have a look in settings. Maybe I missed it when I made my control map. Camera, throttle, deactivate, doors, horniness, brake lever. Ah, okay, wipers. What? Nothing mapped for wipers. Grouse. So has W been used for anything? Yes, it has. That would make sense. What are we going to use for wipers? 8 and 9 maybe? Don't think 8, no, 8's been used. 7 been used? I don't see 7 anywhere, so let's mark 7 for wipers. All right, let's get out of here. Yep. So that worked well. 1, 7. Oh, yeah, I just used... That was stupid. I just overmapped external camera, didn't I? So I can't do that then. Let's use F5. I've lost it now. Where was wipers? That's good. They don't work. Fine. Or do you have to turn them on here somewhere? Ah, look. Turn on. Oh, can you watch the windscreen? Really? No, you can't. Do. M for milk. Yes. The rain's falling okay, but yes, it is milky. Like someone spraying personal juices, perhaps from a gentleman's sausage. Can we have a automatic mode? Look at that. Automatic wipers. Milky Mums says psych. Well, probably better than what I was thinking. Oh, this is a red signal. Stop. Deactivate the cab. Don't I have to return the brake to middle? I'm pretty sure you do. Take a seat. Come on, cab door. So I have to go up the other end. Ah. They're getting pretty friendly with each other, aren't they? Triplets. Of course, I left the wipers on up there. Hang on. Why did it get me to shut the doors? Because I can't open the passenger doors. Did it tell me to shut the doors? That's the question. Maybe it didn't. Maybe I just did that. All right. Didn't just close them again? Come on, do it. Do what I want. Not what you want. All right. Ooh, weird texturing. Hello from Austria, Speed Jones. Accept. And wipies. Automatic. Go. I don't need to put in my information. It's interesting, it remembers it. Okay, let's go then. Everybody is now fantasizing about triplets. Bad guy says, the rain reminds him of GTA. I did see the announcement for GTA 6 is going to be next year now. I did see someone else who was absolutely adamant that Half-Life 3 is now playable end-to-end if you can get hold of it. Full bananas. We'll try the yellow train in Berlin after this, I think. It's meant to be harder, but to be honest, I don't see it. So when do we get our police incident? Unless they get in and out quick, they're efficient. No umbrellas I see, they just get wet.
Nächster Halt, Sierichstraße, Ausstieg links.
Syke says triplets would be a bucket list item. Bad guy says, I can't say I've met triplets, I've met twins. Bad guy, same. Psych would settle for twins. Bad guy says your demographics currently most probably male, given the conversation currently. I don't know, I think that would apply either way, really. But to be honest, I don't know that you'd want more than one for the simple reason that keeping one's happy is hard enough.
Nächster Halt, Kellinghusenstraße, Übergang zur U1. Ausstieg links.
Okay. My control stopped responding for a moment there. Stop. Sounds like we're sliding a bit, doesn't it? Psych says, I think we get 1 to 3 females occasionally. Oh, we do get females. There's about half my audience is female. According to YouTube stats. Bad guy says, based on everything, would you say this game is worth buy or is it worth waiting for a sale? I got it at the upgrade price. I am happy with it at the upgrade price. I kind of think it's comparable with other games at its normal price. So I guess it's the kind of thing, if you're happy with the pricing at its normal price, then grab it. It seems to work fine. I haven't had any particular dramas anyway. Apart from that red signal that you got to wait an hour for. Oops, naughty. It seems to have stopped announcing the second announcement in English. We've only got German announcements now. It was doing English announcements at one point. Psych says, for purely selfish hedonic experience, otherwise you'd give to you some psychological FMK manipulation to keep them happy. I don't know how you'd keep multiple people happy in a relationship. One has enough challenges. Kippendorfer Bum. Yeah, it is 15% off at the moment, so if you're liking what you're seeing, and it seems to work okay. Bear in mind, I do have a fairly capable PC, so... and I'm running it at 2K. Frames seems fine to me. It's got the occasional hitch, but that's just Unreal. It's better than Unreal 4. It's very occasional. And I think because it's very occasional, you actually notice it more when it happens than you do in games when it happens all the time, because you get used to it in those ones. Just looking through my keyboard list, is there a way to find out what's coming up? It doesn't look like it. U-Berg says abort it. Bad guy says true. Sometimes keeping that one happy is impossible. Happiness is a bad goal. Happiness works on your Series X.
Achtung! Hier ist die Leitstelle mit einem Hinweis für die U3. Wegen eines Polizeieinsatzes in der Station Landungsbrücken ist die U3 zurzeit zwischen St. Pauli und Baumwall gesperrt. Bis zum Ende der Sperrung kehren die Züge in St. Pauli bzw. Baumwall um.
So where are we now? Hoffelbrook. So at St. Pauli we're going to turn around. Classic Dark says happiness, like censorship, starts at home and ends there.
Übergang zur U2. Ausstieg links.
Achtung! Ein Hinweis für Fahrgäste der Linie U3. Wegen eines Polizeieinsatzes ist die U3 zurzeit zwischen St. Pauli und Baumwall gesperrt. Ein Ersatzverkehr mit Bussen und Taxis wird eingerichtet. Wir danken für Ihr Verständnis.
Yeah, ran over someone. That's what police incident usually means. You're now arriving at Donald Schlump. U-Berg says aim for mediocre, you get a better success rate. Off we go. So this scenario is basically we drive to the usual spot and then we turn around and go back the other way. It's an exciting scenario, isn't it?
Nächster Halt, Sternschanze. Übergang zur S21 und S31 sowie zum Messegelände. Next stop, Sternschanze. Please exit here for Exhibition Hall. Ausstieg links.
Oh, maybe it only does English announcements when there's something special. Not all the time. Lord Vectron says TSW needs to lift its graphics fidelity game. Well, don't forget this is Unreal 5. Some heat. Even though it's supposed to get warm today, it clearly isn't. I'm sitting here freezing going, hey, I could just run a heater.
Feldstraße. Ausstieg links.
Psych says, I like it. Bad guy says, you're not wrong. Mediocrity is a good thing, so I say low expectations and no disappointments. So I think learning-wise, this guides you pretty much all the way through what you're doing. It's probably easier to play than TSW, because you don't really have to remember stuff. It just remembers it for you and tells you what to do. I think you can turn off the guidance. In fact, we're going to settings, gameplay, I think. Is it in here? Interactive assistance. So you can reduce it, for example, until you get almost none. Let's try many and see how we go. Wow, its lights were aimed over here.
Du kommst ja gleich hier in St. Pauli an. Ich werde hier in den hinteren Führerstand einsteigen und in die Kehre fahren. Bleib einfach auf deinem Führerstand sitzen. Du übernimmst dann von der Kehre zurück zum Bahnsteig. Erstmal, bis gleich.
Seems fair.
Nächster Halt, St. Pauli. Ausstieg links.
Get off me bloody train. Lexic Dark says, I aim for delusions of adequacy. Explains a lot about you. I have known Lexic Dark for a ridiculous amount of time. Log off the train. Press the IBIS button. Or EBIS, I think it is, isn't it? Wait until the passengers exit. Alright, now we have to know, did they really get off? Oh, they did. Look at that. They actually all got off. I like. Deactivate the cab. Wait for arrival. Oh. Was I supposed to get out? I'm not driving anymore. I've been hijacked. Lexic says, I have no expectations, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Bad guy says, around my area usually means some guy decided to jump in front of the train and commit suicide. That is the normal police action type of thing, yes. So, why didn't it get us to drive it back into the siding? Take over the train. Wait until the other cab is deactivated. Stop at the marked spot. We do appear to have a green, if that's our green. I'm guessing it is, because it's 7 meters away, and that's about right. Ooh. Yucky colours.
Achtung! Ein Hinweis für Fahrgäste der Linie U3. Wegen eines Polizeieinsatzes ist die U3 zurzeit zwischen St. Pauli und Baumwall gesperrt. Ein Ersatzverkehr mit Bussen und Taxis wird eingerichtet. Wir danken für Ihr Verständnis.
It's awfully close to this red signal you have to get. Very close to the red signal. That'll do. Yes, we can still hear wipers. From the other cab. Come, give me the seat. Weird. Boop. Automatic mode. There we go. But we've still got wipers running at the other end, of course. Actually, we might finish this one here. And go and do the yellow train in Berlin. Why not? I think that's a good idea. New ride. Yellow train. It's the A3L92 and the HK. So this one's supposed to be harder to drive, so we're going to take it naturally. And we'll have a medium length one. Timetable. And yep, that's fine. Bit of light clouds, why not? Should be during the day because it looks more interesting when you stream. So what about 6 AM? That'll do. Oop. Release the puking brake. That was me the other day, the puking brake. The F for fuck button. Turn on our announcements. Put in... No, wrong way.
Einsteigen bitte. Zurückbleiben bitte.
Oh, that's annoying. And on this one you have to set a speed, don't you? How do you know what speed it's set for? No, drive it. Power on, dude. Power on? Power on. Power on. Oh, hang on. Yeah, you could do something with this. Drive. Power on. There we go. Brakes charged, off we go. Smiley face.
Schlesisches Tor. Ausstieg rechts.
No, the brakes don't do anything. Do I have to use keys? What are they? There we go. Why isn't that changing? I have the brakes on, but nothing's happening. I have the brakes on lots, but nothing's happening. I think it was supposed to emergency brake me and it didn't. I think it just shagged itself. I've busted it. Okay, I've completely shagged it. Bye, train. Bye-bye, yellow train. Jonas said it didn't have any problems. No, the throttle's a push button. It's not on. The throttle only does things when you push it. See, if I push the button, it will throttle. I think I just busted it. So I think we will restart it. I did something it didn't expect me to do, and I busted it. All right, let's try that again, shall we? So we've got it set to forwards. We've got to do the lights up here. And release the puking brake. And
Einsteigen bitte.
unlock the doors. Night, you Burke.
Zurückbleiben bitte.
Let's put that into drive. It's charging up the brakes and then it'll actually let us drive, I think. Yep, there we go. So just to test that. You see now it's doing brakes.
Schlesisches Tor. Ausstieg rechts.
I think I just broke it before. We'll catch up with chat in a moment. Round the corner. Psych put in a window air conditioner. Fair enough. And bad guy says, I can't help laugh. You're reaching for a heater when you're sitting in front of a fan trying to stay cool.
bitte. Zurückbleiben bitte.
That is an annoying noise, isn't it? Boop-a-doo.
Görlitzer Bahnhof. Ausstieg rechts.
Lexic says the reason we don't talk about or publish suicide stats is because it increases the suicide stats. Yes, it does. It's the same place we were before, but this time the train works. Now arriving, Görlitzer Bahnhof.
U3 nach Krummelanke. Einsteigen bitte.
Maybe I shouldn't do that before the doors are open, eh? They'll be going, what? This man's confusing.
U3 nach Krummelanke. Einsteigen bitte. Zurückbleiben bitte.
Too early? No, too early. Off we go. Bad guy says this kind of train gives me Bakerloo. Yes. It's a bit like that.
Übergang zur U8.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with the key mapping. It was probably a problem between the chair and the keyboard, but I think when it tried to emergency brake, it didn't actually put the brakes on when I was going too fast. And we just rolled and rolled and rolled, and it wanted me to do something I was unable to comply with, because whatever state it thought it was in, it wasn't. I have no idea if I'm braking correctly, psych. I'm just being gentle.
U3 nach Krummelanke. Einsteigen bitte. Zurückbleiben bitte.
Kotzbosser Tor.
Prinzenstraße. Übergang zur Jelbi-Mobilitätsstation. Ausstieg rechts.
Pensenstraße. I thought about making tutorials for this, but I don't think there's a point because it guides you so much. You don't really need them. But maybe I'll make them anyway, because there'll always be someone that assumes that it doesn't guide you enough and that they need guidance, even though they probably don't. The amount you move forward under the slightest braking seems excessive to me. And I expect I'm coming in too slow in the stations because I probably won't make timetable if I keep slowing down this much. Alrighty.
U3 nach Krummelanke. Einsteigen bitte. Zurückbleiben bitte. Zurückbleiben bitte. Hallisches Tor. Übergang zur U6. Ausstieg rechts.
Sykes says I could make a list of stuff that it doesn't tell you. You know, I think the modelling of stuff in Hamburg was nicer. Those trees are horrible down there. The big trees are nice, but there's lots of just low-res blobs. Oh, pop in. Okay.
Einsteigen bitte. Zurückbleiben bitte.
I think that's too loud.
Brücke. Übergang zur U7. Ausstieg rechts.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine it was that loud in real life. You'd get occupational health and safety claims. But I could be wrong about that.
U3 nach Krummelanke. Einsteigen bitte.
So the keys aren't consistent from one train to another. That's cool.
Zurückbleiben bitte.
It's going to make me do the announcement and shut the doors again now, isn't it? Even though they're already shut. Oh, I lost points.
Zurückbleiben bitte.
I lost points for being a prick and closing the doors early.
Gleisdreieck. Übergang zur U2 und zur Mobilitätsstation.
See, I'm sure you're supposed to bring the speed controller down to this speed, but I'd rather just control it myself.
Zurückbleiben bitte. Kurfürstenstraße.
Gratuitous bridge shop, naturally. Oh, we're allowed to do 50, it's fine. We'll just let gravity speed us up. Must be a pretty steep downhill in here.
Einsteigen bitte. Zurückbleiben bitte.
Scooby-Doo.
Nollendorfplatz.
Sounds like the announcement from CTS Tram, doesn't it? Oh, okay. So the speed controller won't stop you going too fast if you're going downhill. It only stops you accelerating over that speed. Right, I understand now. Good enough.
U3 nach Krummelanke. Einsteigen bitte.
Stuck. Can I get over the top? No, I can't. Okay. Fair enough.
Zurückbleiben bitte.
Let's go then. Party on, dude. Wittenbergplatz.
Wittenbergplatz. Übergang zu U1 und U2. Dieser Zug fährt weiter nach Krummelanke. This train continues to Krummelanke.
Good enough.
U3 nach Krummelanke. Einsteigen bitte. Zurückbleiben bitte.
Go. Full spankageness.
Augsburger Straße. Ausstieg rechts.
Don't know what the sparklies are on the right-hand side. Like Twilight vampires meet communication cables. It looks like you don't have to go all that hard to make the timetable. I was meant to stop all the way back there. Sounds like he's advertising beer.
Zurückbleiben bitte.
All those people that just casually walk towards the train.
Spichernstraße. Übergang zur U9. Ausstieg rechts. U3 nach Krummelanke. Einsteigen bitte. Zurückbleiben bitte.
Off we go.
Hohenzollernplatz.
Must be some tight corners, these ones.
Einsteigen bitte. Zurückbleiben bitte.
Für Berliner Platz. Put your furry Platz over here.
Berliner Platz. Übergang zur U7.
I just got a pop-up from YouTube that said, welcome to live chat. I think it must have kicked me out for a little while. Interesting.
Einsteigen bitte. Zurückbleiben bitte.
We're going to Crummy Lanka.
Heidelberger Platz. Übergang zur S-Bahn.
Are we going above ground again, or is it just light up there at the end of the tunnel? Don't know where this reflection's coming from. My own headlights, maybe? Off the wall? Do you know?
Einsteigen bitte. Zurückbleiben bitte.
Rüdesheimer Platz.
Rüdesheimer Platz.
Dean Plays TV. Hello to you. You played this on your friend's PlayStation 5 today. It's amazing. Really hope we get some London Underground routes for this. Zerosoft ever released anything outside Germany? Apart from OMSI?
U3 nach Krummelanke. Einsteigen bitte. Zurückbleiben bitte.
Here we go.
Breitenbachplatz. Übergang zur Yelby-Mobilitätsstation.
Breitenbachplatz. The sign back there said 50, but the speed limit is 40. Wrong sign. Ooh, the vending machines have stuff in them. Oops, I meant to stop earlier on this platform, aren't I? No, don't stop that hard.
U3 nach Krummelanke. Einsteigen bitte. Zurückbleiben bitte.
£35 on PlayStation, is it? It's cheaper than that on PC. At the moment it's 15% off, and I got it as an upgrade. I think I paid about $24 or $25 because I've got the previous game. That's an upgrade to that one. And I think the full game is about 50 Australian, so if you're paying £35, yeah, it's probably about right. You're not getting a discount on PlayStation, a launch discount. Just realised I was going very slowly and I didn't need to. Not that there's much point accelerating now, because we're heading into a station. I've got a Russian subway game, Lexic Dark, and yes, it does have some grand level fancy. Overrun.
U3 nach Krummelanke. Einsteigen bitte. Zurückbleiben bitte.
Bronco in VA has the same Russian subway game. Dean says no discount on PlayStation, unfortunately. 35's a bit steep. You wait till the price drops. It's about the same as a TSW route. And in this one you get 2 cities and 3 routes. 3 trains? 4 trains. Bronco says could never get it going, everything in Russian. Yeah, it took me a while to figure it out. Do you have an Android phone, Bronco? The way I got it going is I had my Android phone and I used one of my earbuds inside these headphones so people couldn't see it, and I had the phone listening listening to the channel, and it was translating it for me.
Zurückbleiben bitte.
We go to Dallendorf.
Freie Universität, Thielplatz.
That's where all the taps come from, Dallendorf. Free University Stat. I used to have free university. It's great. Bronco says I paid $4 for it. I believe Metro Simulator. Yeah, it was the one. It's a weird game. And I think there's about 20 of them, but they're all just copies of each other. They're just asset strips. And they're all about the same price. They're all about $4. A bit early, but who cares?
U3 nach Krummelanke. Einsteigen bitte. Zurückbleiben bitte.
Lexic Dark says old school controls with the modern bits tacked on. Yeah, kinda. Does feel that way.
Oscar Heleneheim.
The trees do weird things as they pop in. Its physics seems okay. You can tell the difference when you're going downhill and uphill.
U3 nach Krummelanke. Einsteigen bitte. Zurückbleiben bitte.
Let's get a nice departure shot. I'll do.
Onkel Toms Hütte.
This one certainly answers the third rail question, because there it is.
Zurückbleiben bitte.
Missed out. Something bad's going to happen now because I'm getting cocky enough to do outside shots. I like the modelling of that area out there. That's kind of cool.
Krummelanke. Ausstieg rechts. Diese Fahrt endet hier. Bitte steigen Sie aus. This train terminates here. All change, please.
Get off me train. Wow, that's red. Oh, that was shit. Yep. No points at all. Nothing. Squat. Oh, punishes you, doesn't it? What was the other train? Because there's another one here. There's a deep, so it's just a longer version. What's the other one? If we go back to Berlin, you ride the HK. Let's try an HK. We'll do a quick run in an HK, and then we'll call it quits, I think. Well, let's try one in the dark. How bad could it be? 407. The witching hour. Oh, it's like the old time train sim world. It's like train sim classics night lighting. Least parking brake. Where's that? That one, I guess. Press the far button. Ibis. And line U3. Well, it's really guiding me, isn't it? And first station is WA. Okay. Ending at K. Okay. Unlock doors. Left side. Do I have to announce here?
Einsteigen bitte. Zug nach Krummelanke.
Is it the same? It's not the same keys. For the brake. Why isn't it the same keys?
Zurückbleiben bitte.
No, it's not. It really isn't the same keys. It's A and D. Why? That's just mental, that is.
Schlesisches Tor. Ausstieg rechts.
What was +5? Shift W. So what's this one look like? Yellow. Good. It's a bit overpowerful, this one. Marcus Ice, this is the Hamburg version, not the Berlin. No, we are in Berlin. So we're running both, Berlin and Hamburg. The train we are in right now is a Berlin train. think I just discharged it. I did. Alright, that should stop it. Okay.
Einsteigen bitte. Zug nach Krummelanke. Zurückbleiben bitte.
That's not as annoying.
Görlitzer Bahnhof. Ausstieg rechts.
Görlitzer Bahnhof. Theme is fair. So it looks alright at night time. The interiors of the buildings are modelled, which is cool. There's televisions and all sorts of things going on in there. That's kind of cool. I like that. I think this is the first game I've ever seen that's attempted to model the interiors of the buildings. Not that I know why they're all awake at 4 o'clock in the morning, but there you go. It'll do.
Einsteigen bitte. Zug nach Krummelanke. Zurückbleiben bitte.
Krummelanke train. Let's go. So the Hamburg game has got upgraded as part of this. So we ran a couple on Hamburg and now we're running a couple on Berlin. It's got pretty heavy brakes, this one.
Einsteigen bitte. Zug nach Krummelanke. Zurückbleiben bitte.
Just getting a lozenge, don't mind me. Can you actually open the door? No.
Prinzenstraße. Übergang zur Jelbi Mobilitätsstation. Ausstieg rechts.
Just letting it slow down by itself to get down to 40.
Einsteigen bitte. Zug nach Krummelanke. Zurückbleiben bitte. Hallisches Tor. Übergang zur U6. Ausstieg rechts.
Does seem to be a little bit too bright at night. And I don't see... there are some streetlights on poles. I was just going to say there aren't any streetlights on poles, but there they are. It's annoying having to hold your finger down on the button all the time to keep the throttle on. I suppose it's treating it like a dead man of sorts. You can actually turn on CIFA if you want to. By default, that's not on.
Einsteigen bitte. Zug nach Krummelanke. Zurückbleiben bitte. Zur U7. Ausstieg rechts.
It doesn't seem as quick when you're outside. Oh, that's a marker from me, not from the front of the train. Ooh, that's a bit of a dangerous one.
Einsteigen bitte. Zug nach Krummelanke.
So I'm not going to get to the marked spot. See what it does.
Zurückbleiben bitte.
We'll see if it gives up when I drive away. Hey, it didn't play the noises. So that's a bit of a catch for young players. The assumption is the marker is from the front of the train, but it's not. So what's it going to do now that I drove straight through it? Oh, look at that. It took all my points away and said I missed the stop. Ah. That's pretty mean. That's very mean.
Einsteigen bitte. Zug nach Krummelanke.
Where are we going to do it from? There, I think.
Zurückbleiben bitte. Kurfürstenstraße.
Very steep downhill here. Hello, Noah Hunt. Yeah, we just did a run in that one. We're doing a run in the newer Berlin train right now. If you rewind about 30 minutes, you'll see me spat in the old one.
Einsteigen bitte. Zug nach Krummelanke. Zurückbleiben bitte. Platz.
Welcome to Nollendorf Platz. Ah, it's not bad for a one-break application.
Einsteigen bitte. Zug nach Krummelanke. Zurückbleiben bitte.
Too loud. There are many buttons to press in this game, that's for sure.
Wittenbergplatz. Übergang zur U1 und U2. Dieser Zug fährt weiter nach Krummelanke. This train continues to Krummelanke.
Noah says, oh dear, speaking of signalling, these used to be TSW-like, but where the trains would jam under the BBG sign, but it might have been fixed since the previous update. I haven't experienced anything that weird. Weird, yes. I did break the old train. I made it pretty much entirely unresponsive. It just rolled along.
Einsteigen bitte. Zug nach Krummelanke. Zurückbleiben bitte.
Surprised it's letting me get away with that.
Ausstieg rechts.
I'm surprising it hasn't emergency stopped me yet. We might know the answer to the derail question soon. But no, it apparently doesn't derail. Well, it'll do.
Einsteigen bitte. Zug nach Krummelanke.
Wait until departure time. You can press skip. Ah, we'll wait. It's good to have a break. Have a drink. It's more realistic to wait, isn't it?
Zurückbleiben bitte.
Noah says I was playing the old one earlier and somehow managed to get the door open button stuck down so I couldn't operate the doors. That's a bit weird.
Spichernstraße. Übergang zur U9.
I don't know about the other platforms, but on Steam,
Ausstieg rechts.
it's an upgrade price. To change from that game to this one. The other one stays in your library. You don't lose it. At least on Steam.
Einsteigen bitte. Zug nach Krummelanke. Zurückbleiben bitte.
Off we go. Hohenzollernplatz. Ooh, naughty, naughty, naughty. Oh no, not an emergency brake. No, no, no. It's okay, game. Relax. Yeah, I know. You're going to make me stop now. That's fine. Yeah, it was something like that here. Noah as well. It's about almost 20 Australian to buy it as an upgrade.
Einsteigen bitte. Zug nach Krummelanke. Zurückbleiben bitte.
Berliner.
Berliner Platz. Übergang zur U7.
Might as well just stick with 50, I think, since the speed's dropping anyway. Noah says the new Simrail Lods DLC was only about 10 quid, which is pretty good, plus a further 10% off if you get it before the 5th of May. Generally speaking, I don't bother with Simrail, not because I think it's a bad game or anything, but it's fine when I play it when I'm not streaming, but if I stream, all sorts of bizarre things happen with textures, and it's just a terrible experience. So I don't, basically. Bit far, bit far.
Einsteigen bitte. Zug nach Krummelanke. Zurückbleiben bitte.
It's interesting how it shows the control on 0, but it's actually on E3. And then when you take over and you can drive again because the doors are shut, it shows you the real one.
Platz. Übergang zur S-Bahn.
And Noah says, that's understandable, I often get that without streaming or recording, so I'm hoping something gets worked on soon because I love the gameplay aspect. My bet would be is they're actually suffering the same problem that TSW does on consoles, and it's running out of video memory. Which on my card is impressive, because I've got 24 gig. Normally that's shared between running and recording, or running and streaming. But if the game tries to take all of it, it'll get it. Heidelberger Platz. I like the bubble texturing, that's quite nice.
Einsteigen bitte. Zug nach Krummelanke. Zurückbleiben bitte. Heidesheimer Platz.
I reckon I'd prefer to have the stations marked in the, let's just call it the track monitor at the top, shall we? Rather than have it as a marker. buy that one.
Einsteigen bitte. Zug nach Krummelanke. Zurückbleiben bitte.
Breitenbach Platz. It's interesting that somehow the Platz is a separate word and sometimes it's not.
Breitenbachplatz. Übergang zur Jelbi Mobilitätsstation.
It's Reidenbach. Now it says the cab sway can be turned down if you find it's too aggressive, and the marker can also be turned off, and unfortunately you have to guess your braking points. Yes. I'd love it if it was more subtle, because I don't think it's even transparent. Oh, maybe it is. Take that one to the bank.
Zug nach Krummelanke. Zurückbleiben bitte.
I was kind of thinking about whether I'd make tutorials for this game or not. I'm kind of edging on to do it. I think that would be a good idea. Because there's enough about it that's weird that would be worth doing, I think, for the different trains. Even though it is pretty good at guiding you through what you need to do. I have found the game fairly intuitive to pick it up and play, except that the controls are different for every train, which is driving me barmy. And I have to wonder, just based on the layouts, if the controls are actually designed primarily for a German keyboard. Because the keys seem to be quite far apart. And I'm wondering if on a German keyboard they're closer together. The open doors and the announcement, for example, are opposite sides of the keyboard.
Einsteigen bitte.
So that was 7, then Y, and then the closing announcement is X, and then 5 on the number pad. Off we go to Dahlendorf.
Dahlendorf.
I actually found the older one more intuitive than this one. But that could just be because I'm weird. I quite liked having 2 separate controls. I'd love the game to support Raildriver at some point, but it doesn't. And I did try it with the both an Xbox and PlayStation controller plugged into the PC, and it was just a tad weird, to say the least. Lexic says it's not much different between the English US and German layout keyboard. Okay. That probably just means the controls aren't that well thought out then, because they're so far apart. Unless it wants you to use both hands, which is possible.
Einsteigen bitte.
So I think overall,
Zug nach
It's fairly intuitive. You can pick it up. It is fun. It's a little bit grindy after a while, but, you know, that's real life on commuter railways. So I don't think that's anything against the game, really. Because grindy is real. This is your job. There are some odd mappings, yes. At least you can change them all, though. I actually got partway through changing it to a set of controls that would make me happier, but then I realised that I hadn't actually written any of them down. The ones I had written down were the default ones, which I put into a spreadsheet and printed so I could remember them. Because that's the challenge of taking up a different game to stream it all the time, is you need your control maps. And I was most of the way through remapping it so that it would work for me, and then I went, no, I've got to reset it. Because I didn't make the spreadsheet for it.
Einsteigen bitte. Zug nach Krummelanke. Zurückbleiben bitte.
It is still a bit of a gotcha that marker is 900 metres from me, not from the train, because I would expect it to keep going with the train, really. Must have been going downhill there. I kind of like this night representation. I get in Train Sim World that they want it to be closer to real night and actually have it properly dark, but to be honest with you, I prefer this. Because I think, yes, properly dark is great, but in reality you just can't see a damn thing. Oscar Helene Heim, I guess. Oops, wrong one.
Einsteigen bitte. Zug nach Krummelanke. Zurückbleiben bitte.
At least if I go to Germany, I'll know how to say Kummelanke. I've heard it so many times. There'll be a couple of Sundays this month where there's no stream because I've taken some extra steam firing shifts at Puffing Billy because there's going to be a driver's expression of interest for the course released towards the end of this month. And I need to get my shifts up to the minimum of 50 to be considered. And I was just slightly annoyed because they actually changed the minimum requirement and I had the minimum requirement. So I've got a bit of a rush on to get what I need. So whether I replace it with a stream on the Saturday, I don't know. We'll see. Or put up some premieres, perhaps. Could do that too.
Einsteigen bitte.
Uncle Tom's hut, next stop. Actually, no, that's where we are. We're in Uncle Tom's hut right now. We're going to Krumalanka. Krumalanka. And this time I won't drive straight through the red signal. Because that's kind of what I did last time.
Ausstieg rechts.
I have noticed a lot of the signals are actually blacked out. I don't know if that's intentional or not. I can't say I'm an expert on the signalling used in this area in any way, shape or form. That's where I spattered last time. But I'm changing tracks this time. Should be fine. There's a sign buried in a concrete wall there. Neutral zone. Do not power. I don't know why they bother with neutral zone signs, to be honest. The crossing switches are manky at this thing. But the rest of it's pretty decent. I don't know why they bother with the signs, because you can see the third rail there. Gumalanka, get off me train. Please gather your pets, belongings, children, assorted things, and get off me train. Man, you have to get close to this red signal. Good enough.
Einsteigen bitte.
Hello, Gav. How are you?
Diese Fahrt endet hier. Bitte steigen Sie aus. This train terminates here. All change, please.
Just trying to remember where isolate is. Oh, we're in isolate. That's fine. Good. Deactivate cab. Done deal. Leave. There you go. Oh, continue just puts you back in it. Okay, it's like free roam. Let's go for a walk. Creepy people. So it wants me to activate the vehicle. What if I just want to ride? Can I do that? Yeah. Ooh. Geez, you wouldn't get that wrong, would you? What happens if I try to go through? Do I just fall down the middle? Yep. Okay, this could be uncomfortable if an AI comes along. Just walking along the third rail here, that's perfectly fine. Okay, yeah. Can I wander around? No. Can I get up on the platform? Oh. How did I end up back in here? Can't say I understand that. Can I go up the stairs and get out? No. So you can't leave the stations. Oh, it's a mirror. Determined for me to take this train out of here, isn't it? Well, it's going to be disappointed because I'm going to finish the stream
What's in there? Oh, that's the inside of the train, isn't it? It's reflected in here without the outside of the train. Okay. Cool. Oh, I think that's a good enough spot to leave it for today. Noah Hunt says, am I the only one hearing bitter steakens the arse? Yes. Oh, fun. Well, I think the game's actually pretty decent. It's quite intuitive. So if you're umming and erring and you like the old one, then get this one. If you're umming and erring and you think you might like this one, go for it. Why not? Seems decent. I paid for it. I'm not unhappy how much I paid for it. Anyway, have fun, folks. Thank you very much for joining in today. And I think I have decided I will make some tutorials for it. So I might do that after I have a little break because I need your fun. Alrighty. Have fun, folks. Enjoy yourselves. And we shall see you. Will I see you next week? No, I won't. But I will see you on Wednesday. Wednesday night, I'll have one. But I won't have one next Sunday. I'll let you know if I'm going to do it on Saturday. I'll have a chat with the other half and see what's on, because I don't want to take those days away from her if there's something she wants done. Alrighty. Enjoy, folks. See you later. Bye.